Welcome to the Golden Feather. Grab a pint, a plate, and pick your seats. Your hosts Vertag and Chibi Bree are back from their latest adventure.
Welcome to the Golden Feather. Your hosts Chibi Bree and Vertag are back with their latest adventure.
Best intro ever.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
I broke the video. And back from our latest adventure, we brought Josho Fett and Evan Pischell. Am I saying that right?
Pischel.
Pischel. All right.
Yeah.
No, I like it better. Pischel.
Pischel.
It's
Sounds
got
fancier.
Yeah, that. It's just Pischel, thank you.
I'm saying get a suit and tie, and you're basically official. You can get in anywhere. Just say, I'm Mr. Pischel.
No, like your macaroni.
French accent. Your
Also-
macaroni.
my like official I guess adoptive last name was like Grizel, so it's like that specific, and everybody calls me Grizzle. So
Grizzle?
I had
Grizzle.
I had a nickname in high school, Grizzly, because of that. So.
Oh,
Thank
but
you so much,
sticking now.
Woodchip and Teal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And hey there, horrendous and reckless and Woodchip. Woodchip, thank you. Much
Yes.
appreciated.
Yes.
Definitely
Welcome.
nice to be back there, TL. Oh, missed you guys.
Yes. Sorry about last week. We were so wiped. We barely got internet. Welcome. Yeah, no,
yeah.
it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, moving's not my favorite thing to do ever. So
I hate it.
No.
I'm just
No,
gonna
we haven't
stay
even had
put.
time to update the cosmetics on our video here.
Oh no. Yeah, see. This is the first time I've opened OBS all week. I might go ahead and just play with that while you guys chat, because we have a lot to catch up on, and that's one of the things I would like to catch up on. First off, Josho, Evan, feel free to introduce your guys' self.
After you, Evan.
Hi, I'm Evan Pischel, and I like to play MMOs, so Ashes of Creation is right up my alley of things I want to do with my life.
Very nice.
You want any more? I can tell.
More.
More. Currently, I'm Josho Fett's best friend.
Forever.
Aww.
Adorable.
Until somebody else better comes along.
Yeah, until you find someone cooler.
And what exactly do you do?
Sure, yeah. So right now I'm streaming. I've been streaming for about a month now. I mostly do MMOs. Like I said, I'm playing Lotro right now. So if you're interested in Lotro, you come check it out. I figured that'd be pretty close to Ashes and the aesthetics, the way it looks, kind of from what I've seen. So that's kind of the game I'm playing right now. And I plan on doing any MMO I can get my hands on until Ashes comes out. And then once that comes out, I'm going to probably focus on that quite a bit.
Hype train.
Right?
June.
I was
Yes.
trying to be polite and not interrupt, so I was like quietly like,
No, you can interrupt me for a hype train.
Thank you, plebeian king. Dude, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and toss out one
pleb king.
bit of my own.
oh man.
Because I don't like to toot my own horn, but I'm gonna exactly toot my own horn.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Hello, welcome in. Let's go, baby. Cheered one bit. A toast to them. Yeah, I like that one. Okay.
Yeah, actually, Woodchip, the move went kind of well for the most part. We've been tired. The rental truck was an absolute piece of garbage.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
We
jeez.
don't talk about that. We've canceled it.
Yes.
What?
Well, thank you.
Level 2?
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Did we get level 2?
I think so. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shoot. Success.
Yay.
Nice.
All right, so. Monsieur Fett, about you?
I like pizza, Star Wars.
Wait. With or
Pizza and Star
without
Wars.
pineapple?
Without.
Without. Okay.
Definitely without.
Something's going wrong with the stream, guys. It seems like it's going to be closing in a moment.
Wait, you guys like pineapple on your pizza?
I do.
Oh God, no.
No freaking
Oh.
way.
I
Can't
do,
do
but
it.
it's very specific pizzas. It's not every single pizza. I can't do it on every. I like it on Hawaiian pizza. I like it on certain bases of pizza, but other bases just doesn't really go with for me.
Like Canadian bacon?
Canadian bacon.
Yeah, is that Hawaiian? Is that what a Hawaiian is?
Yeah.
I think so. I think I
Canadian
don't know.
bacon / ham / whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like my red sauce and
Porky
cheese,
pig.
pepperoni, and stuff like that on it.
That's boring.
Hello.
I eat it all
That's
the time.
boring. Pineapple. Unsubscribe.
Gift take back.
Denied. No takesies backsies.
Sorry.
But other than your terrible taste in pizza toppings,
Oh,
what else?
straight
What
to
else
the
you got?
bones.
What else do you got?
I play a lot of Star Wars games. Star Wars: The Old Republic, Star Wars Battlefront 2. What else do I play?
Fallen Order.
Yeah, Fallen Order. I just started. I play Star Citizen as well. No Man's Sky. This what was the game that just came out? Dual Universe.
Dual Universe.
Oh yeah, creating Vader's ship in that one, the X1.
Nice.
Oh, it looks super good. Super good. Me and my buddy Maverick were working on it the other night, and then I stayed up till
All
like
your space games.
I stayed up way past my bedtime. So the next day was horrible. I stream here on Twitch. I deleted all my YouTube videos because of Kappa. I'm going to start re-uploading here pretty soon because I'm not scared of it anymore.
Don't be scared.
Right? And that's basically it.
Nice.
Wow, you got that put together quick.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
it's I use the same naming conventions for a lot of things. So
Okay.
because they seem to put out a lot of the same stuff. Like every month there's like a pet, every month there's a mount, every month there's
Yeah.
a caravan, etc. It's really easy for me to change it out.
Yeah, that's nice.
Let's see here.
Looking sweet.
Well, thank you.
Somebody just sent a message from somewhere, and I don't know where.
Who?
But they're asking what time the podcast is, and I would like to let them know.
Oh,
Wow.
now. Welcome.
No.
Welcome,
no.
friends.
So I'll pop up and didn't see where from. But yeah, come now.
Oop, there it is.
One of us. Yeah, I'm working on that. Yeah.
But so yeah, what do you think about the direction that Old Republic has come since it launched? I mean, obviously you still play it. Is that just because of Star Wars addiction, or is that
Both.
because of actual true enjoyment of the game?
Both. I enjoy playing the game. The single player story mode is amazing. I mean, you have all the classes that you can participate in, and you can do 1 to, what is it, like 55 or something now? Basically, you can do the entire class storyline for each class for free. And so, like, if anybody wants to get in and just play like a quick RPG, or not quick, it'll take you a few days to beat it, but like the storylines are super good. The original storylines.
Yeah, see, I remember that's one thing I tried to tell a bunch of people when it went all like free to play, and it stayed free to play, I guess I should say.
Oh yeah.
Is that the story is almost unbeatable by any game out there, the single player story. So if you're in for a single player story, I mean, that'd be fun to do.
Yeah, and you don't got to join any guild. You don't got to, try and participate in the community or anything. You can just literally play the storylines for each class and then continue on about your day. It's really good.
Yeah. So with all that, what brought you to Ashes specifically?
Oh my goodness. So
We're hounding you. I'm sorry.
All the
Basically-
sweet things.
oh man.
I think just watching Steven and his passion for the game I think that could get anybody excited. So you watch
Right.
him talk about it, and then you see what they're doing, all the things they're doing. I think that's what drew me in. Steven would talk about it. I'm just like, dude, not only does this game sound sweet, but you clearly love what you're doing, and you're going to make this game as good as possible because you want to enjoy it as
Fair.
much as you want customers to
I'm
enjoy
done
it.
playing now. I'll focus.
And the guy
Yeah,
like
he,
go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, Steven is both passionate and just over the top at all the right times. Like, or you ask him a question and you can see his brain, like the fireworks are going off in there, and it just
Yeah.
all of it.
I mean, the guy role plays in the game that he's helping create, you know? Like
Right.
he's sort of like, onward, my fellow friends, or whatever.
Yeah.
You shall not pass this line.
I think if this game came out and it was just him playing it, he'd be perfectly content. Like, he just loves it so much. You can just
Exactly.
tell.
That's the great thing about the passion project, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that one the right one, Josho?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
No problem. Evan, you do it too, right?
I do. Yep.
Okay, same as your name here?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Cool,
That is
just
correct.
making sure.
But basically, I just been jumping around from MMO to MMO until, gosh, there's just been such a drought in MMOs. So I just been like, man, I really want to play something good. So I signed up for New World. I saw Ashes a while ago, but I was like, man, I'm already back in Star Citizen. I'm going to wait for another project to back until I see more concrete evidence that it's being worked on and stuff like that. And then,
And lo and behold, what's come out lately?
yeah, exactly. That 4K video came out, and I was just like, you got to be freaking kidding me. This guy got it going on. I'm in.
Yeah. I think you
Also-
called me the day that video came out and were like, dude, you got to check this game out.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Did you
okay.
guys see the combat system that they just recently highlighted?
Yes.
The last.
Yeah.
That's about as far as I got before. I mean, to be honest, I was little. Woo, because we had some alcohol last night, so I was like sleepy because all I need is one glass and I'm ready for bed. But that combat system was really looking sharp. I really liked how he was offering the example of the forward arcing with the swing with the multiple. What do you guys think of that?
I liked it. I think I want to know the distance on when you can start hitting stuff like with your sword or axe. Like if there's going to be different distances for like dagger versus sword versus
He did
great
say
axe.
that there was going to be a different distance because I think he said pole arm would have a wider and
Right.
further out arc.
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be based on the length of your weapon, like the hitbox.
I think
Right.
so.
I think it would just
Yeah.
hit that.
Basically, I think the likelihood of if you were to swing that, how likely is it that you're going to hit your target?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I
You
also.
get a little dagger, and it's only going to go so far.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can only stab one person at a time with a dagger. So
What are you talking about? You can stab everybody.
You got to get a long enough dagger.
yeah. I got one of those extra long daggers.
Shadow
yeah.
dagger.
Mine's the size of a greatsword.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
funny. Right before I watched that video, I said, "How cool would it be if, when you swung your sword, you could hit multiple things?" And then I turned that dev update on, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, they freaking you're doing
And
that!"
there's your
it
answer.
Yeah. I was like,
Now,
"Oh,
what
it's
did
cool."
you guys think of the different procs that can happen? Like, for example, he was mentioning with using the dagger, you could possibly proc a bleed.
I dig that.
Yeah.
That's how in
Great.
Elder Scrolls Online, like the axes, that's how they work as well. There's a proc for a bleed, and it works really well in that game. Except no one really runs the axes because there's not really. I mean, there's a few set pieces that give you bonuses to bleed damage, or like there's a whole bunch of different type of set bonuses in that game. But specifically for bleed damage, you can build toward the axes or whatever. But in this, the daggers, I dig that a lot better to be able
Yeah.
to like give you a bleed.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
see, I personally, I mean, oh man, if only I could tell you how much I dislike proc effects, unless it's on like a legendary weapon that it might have a chance to summon like the power of a god to help smite your foe or something
Oh
like
my
crazy,
goodness.
outlandish like that.
Final
Like,
Fantasy.
it's
Do you
gonna happen
hate it
once
because
in a
you
blue
can't
moon.
like plan your attacks out because you have
Exactly. I have no idea how good I'm going to do because it's totally based on luck. Now, if you're
Yeah.
playing like a smuggler or gambler type of thing, like in Tor, like you're playing a smuggler, sure, like have some chance. You're gambling on some effects here, sure.
Yeah.
Like if that's the core of your character, but if that's not the core of your character, like I don't think so much should depend on luck. You're already going to be trying to depend on skill, so why add even more luck into the map?
Yeah, I
hear
agree
you.
with you on that. Like, if you want to have a proc effect, that's fine, but I don't want it to be, I don't want my killing you based on whether or not I proc.
Like
Yeah.
dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know-
like cool, it happened, extra damage otherwise.
Yeah. I have to say, I didn't know what a proc was before World of Warcraft when I came back to World of Warcraft, because before I came back, I was just super casual, like, I don't know, I'm just having fun leveling. And then I'm like watching these guys, like, yeah, you do this and this, it procs that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this word? What does this word mean? What are they talking about? But yeah, so now I'm finally up on like the gamer lingo of what a proc is. But that being said, Bartik asked a question. Where is that where you're going? Vertex.
Oh, that was almost going to be, I was going to move on to that right after, but
Okay.
I was going to actually leave off with, that being said, I don't really mind proc effects if there's not many of them and it doesn't make up a giant chunk of your potential damage output, like 5
Yeah, it's not all
to
RNG off
8%,
of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can deal with 5 to 8, maybe even potentially 10% at an absolute maximum. But that's even like kind of pushing it.
That's
like
a lot.
5%, I think. Yeah, that's actually a big chunk. But 5%, I could deal with maybe 5% of the damage.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's the difference between like knowing how to play your character and knowing how to play your character perfectly.
Yeah.
Which it's only a small window, but it can mean a big difference. Doesn't always mean a big difference, but can.
But if you know how to more than likely proc something, you're going to be able to proc it more often than somebody like me who's mashing my keyboard and flailing around.
Yeah. It's chance to procs that bother me instead of like if you have this going and then you use that, it will proc that. That's different. That's totally different. That's skill based, and I love it.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't like to play chance-based combat games.
But if it's you have a 1% chance to proc a 500% bleed effect. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? All right. So how well I play my character doesn't matter. It's just how many times I can stab somebody and proc that 1% chance thing.
Yep. Just got to stay alive, throw on some heavy armor, and then get that proc.
I think. Okay, so my own kind of off topic. What is your favorite kind of proc? My favorite kind of proc is like when you use skill A and then skill B, and that procs another ability, like combo skills, procking something.
I'm not. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of ability procking just because that means there's a skill on my hotbar that's just not doing anything unless certain effects, that status effects happen, you know?
Yeah, I think on some games you proc it and then the skill changes to the next skill in the chain.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to bring up is I'm not sure if you guys have played Final Fantasy 14, but there's like the Dancer brought forth one of my favorite aspects of procs,
I was
which
mainly playing
is you
Dancer
use
in the
one
last
skill
one.
and it's going to activate special versions of multiple skills that you can choose from. One would be like a beneficial thing, one would be an attack, and one would be like a heal or whatever.
I could imagine Bard
Choose
being
between
like
those
that.
three. And then you hit another one, and then it could proc potentially 2 other effects based on which one of those 3 you chose. Like that I like because you can do a chain of selective choices that are going to get you the exact effect that you want.
Yeah.
Yep. I like that.
Or like I like this this one skill. It's in Star Wars: The Old Republic, and normally you can't use the ability unless like you're in stealth or whatever. But there's a way that you can use it not in stealth, and that's through proc. So the ability is still used in stealth, but then also it can be used out of stealth when the status effect is proc to where you can use it. I like that type as well.
Yeah, and Cicada brings up a good point. Like a lot of the proc thing that I don't like when it comes to using one skill after another is when they make sure you have to look down at your skill buttons to see if it's ready to go. I really like it when they have something on screen like a visual effect near your character or somewhere like a pulsing on your screen that lets you know when you can use something.
Yeah.
Because if you were that person, you would know if you can do something or not.
Right.
You'd feel it. You wouldn't have to look down in your pocket and go, hey, is it ready or what?
Or like an audio cue or something.
Yeah.
I like the audio cue idea. Because part of it is like when you're raiding, especially like in World of Warcraft and stuff, some audio cues can tell you when something's about to happen right before it does.
Yeah.
Right.
It really helps because that helps you, one, with immersion, because you're really like fine-tuning based on what everything sounds like to know when something's gonna happen. But also Final Fantasy has like the good audio perks, I guess, of it, where it's like some specific line is used before something is chosen for an attack. Also, yes, Kosh Kush, we did move. We're officially in the East Coast now.
We're in the new place, and oh dear Lord, we've been so busy. We've been working, sleeping, and unpacking, and like we haven't even gotten any of the art or anything else set up around our desk. It's a desk, a light, a camera, and
Yep.
us at the moment.
Pretty much.
That's it.
It's like you guys moved, set up your bed, set up your desk setups for gaming, nerding out, and then that was it.
Put our
pretty
face in the
much.
carpet and passed out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually-
so gaming systems first.
Yeah, that's right. You need your comp set up first.
Yep.
But yeah, to touch up a little bit on the chat questions here. Yeah, Woodchip, I'm a terrible person to ask when the last AAA MMOs came out, because I always have trouble defining what the hell a AAA MMO is, because there's been some high budget things that people have said that's not a AAA, and I don't know why. So I'm going to say that the last AAA MMO that I enjoyed was WildStar. Yes, you're correct. Yeah, T-Elf, would it be possible to hit more than just the target you intended? Yeah, when you're using what we were talking about at the time when you asked that question, the swing arc, you're going to be able to hit everything within that arc. Bam. Like, there's AoE capable. Now, the thing that I don't know is if they're going to limit that based on weapon. Maybe a dagger is not able to do a full AoE attack, and it's only like the closest thing or whatever. But like the halberds and whatnot and polearms, yeah.
I also wonder if they'll limit it to like 5 hits or something.
Yeah, like certain number of hits based on the weapon, because a dagger, it's going to take a lot more physical force to push it through a bunch of people or against a bunch of people, versus a halberd, you swing and take out 5 heads all at once.
Yeah.
That's what daggers do. That's all they do.
That's all they do.
One little
But
stab.
Bartik, also with the arc, things like the polearm, should there be an inner range, like getting hit less because they get smacked by the shaft instead of the axe head? Honestly, I think if you were to be standing there swinging a halberd, unless you got taken by surprise, you're probably not going to accidentally hit somebody with the wooden shaft. You're probably going to, if they're in too close, you're probably going to pull it back and try and like stab with the spear pointy thing of a halberd. Or like a tip of an axe, or even for that matter, just jump back and thwap them with the handle part on the other end just to stun them a little bit, and then give a full swing with. Either way, you can strategize more so than just swinging it wildly like you can in a video game.
Right.
I believe so. Anyway, that's my take on it.
Yeah. And then there's me, who is just like, why are you this close to me? No.
Kick him in the jimmy.
You shouldn't be close enough for me to hit you. You're too close. If I have to hit you with my staff, you need to back up.
What classes do you guys normally play in MMOs?
So I usually go for a healing class, although I had a lot of fun with Dancer in Final Fantasy.
Okay.
So I'm kind of considering Bard as a second for this one.
Oh, Bard.
Yeah, personally, I always play a tank, and my second class is almost always a healer. And then I go for classes that do support type skills and whatnot, because I don't know why, but I've been kind of biased against playing just pure DPS. I just feel like I enjoy myself more when I'm not putting out just damage, and that's all I can do.
Gotcha.
The
but
tank and
that
healer
being said-
combo.
Ashes might, change that. They might make damage dealers a little bit more versatile to be able to do more stuff. Or I might really enjoy, because every once in a while I do like to just pick a damage dealer and just go on like the mindless rotational, I'm in there just to kill some things, and I want to raid and get money, but I don't want to, watch everything in a room and call out things like a tank has to.
Right.
Yeah.
How about you guys? What's your favorite niche to fall into?
Go ahead, Evan.
I usually go healer too, but that's because I used to play WoW all the time, and I had enough bad experiences with healers that I decided, okay, I need to be the healer because I can do it right and not let the whole group wipe.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually do healer, DPS backup.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, see, I think that was one of the main reasons why I chose to do tank, was back when I just didn't know about the Trinity and how it really functioned.
Yeah.
I was just playing damage dealers, like, I just want to hit stuff and not be responsible for anything.
Yeah.
And then I found out that you can get into more groups if you're a tank, and also you can make sure that you're not running into terrible danger or just the entire party being wiped because of dumb decisions if you're the tank.
Yeah.
So I started being tank, and then after a while, I was actually playing WoW, and Cataclysm came out, and people were complaining because nobody could figure out how to be a good druid healer, but they needed them because of certain key skills.
Sure.
Like, I don't know, battle res. And so I was determined at that point. I took my bear, and instead of being a boomkin second spec, I changed him into a tree, and I learned how to heal, by golly.
And then when
from
he
that
met
point
me,
on-
I pushed him out of healing.
Yeah, I'm the
From
healer.
that point on,
Get
I
out of
figured
here.
I can always play as either a tank or a healer, so I'm always
Yeah.
needed in a group.
Tank and
of
healers
any
are always the most
kind.
needed because
So,
you need to know
yeah,
what
it's
you're
been
doing.
tank and healer ever since.
Yeah.
My favorite is rogue and then tank. I'm always a rogue. Always. Almost every single game I'm a rogue. Is because, and I always play PvP too, because I'm one of those guys that while you're sitting out there farming or, just trying to do your quests or whatever, I'm like just waiting behind a tree, and I'll just come up and kill you right when you're about ready to kill the mob, and then I take the loot, and then I leave laughing. That's how I play.
That's why I play PvE servers.
Do you
Rogues
name yourself
represent.
Stabby McStabberson?
Oh yeah,
It makes sense.
sneaky, stabby.
There
Oh
should
my
be
gosh, so
a rogue duo, one called I Sneak, the other one called You Stab.
I freaking love that.
I sneak.
So how do you like the idea that Stevens put forth with the rogue, not necessarily invis, but the cloak where you're not fully invisible?
I saw it, like the predator look,
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
when he's in the jungle up in the tree or in the city or whatever, like you can still
Yeah.
kind of see him and you're just like, what the frick is that? I mean,
Yeah, but if you're not
when he
expecting
moves,
it-
kind of shimmers a little bit, like
Yeah.
like Reckless said there. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not expecting, you'd be like, "What is that? Look, that tree looks weird. What's wrong with that tree?"
I'm like, what is that?
And then
all
it
of a sudden,
stabs
Little
you.
screen tearing, whatever.
Yeah.
you just hear him
That's-
unsheath. What the frick? Run!
Yeah.
How do you like the execution of that? Do you wish that he had stuck more towards a traditional invis thing, or do you like the more like tactical feel of the shimmer instead?
I like the tactical feel. I just wish, because there's so many different types of gaming PCs out there, and if it's going to be in there, if I lower my graphic settings, it shouldn't affect the actual visual effects of the sneak or whatever in the game. And I think I read somewhere, it was either on the forums or like in a Twitter post or something, where somebody was like, well, I don't like this because somebody turned down their graphic settings and they can see me way
Oh
better.
yeah, that's what happened back in like a few tests ago.
Oh yeah,
we
that was,
tried.
by the way, that was something completely different.
Okay.
That was and they corrected it, by the way, but that
Good.
was you in the battle royale. You could duck down like behind bushes to try to snipe people, but if you turn down your graphic settings, those bushes would not be there. They would not exist. So people
Gotcha.
thinking that they're hiding behind a bush, the bush would be gone.
Never. Oh, I used to do that
man.
in DayZ all the time.
So they fixed that apparently.
Yeah.
So
Good. If they fixed it, I dig it. I just hope like you can see me running, but like I just hope they make it to where you're like easy to lose, where you actually like concentrate to see me type of deal. Because I feel like if you just like see like some watermark like just going across the screen, like, oh, let's go kill that dude.
I wonder how they're gonna approach it also, because one of my favorite things is like the ability to tell somebody is there if you're a higher level than them.
Oh yeah.
From I think World of Warcraft or something. Like you're easier to detect. I kind of liked that just because that I don't know. I could see maybe a hunter being able to see. Again, I think there was ability for a hunter to track rogues, but it makes sense because they have a better, I guess,
Yeah.
base
Like a better eye.
for detection or something like that. I don't know. Dean,
I know the
you can right
shaman in
now.
WoW had a totem they could drop, and you
Yeah.
pretty much couldn't be invisible around it.
Or like there was
Yeah.
like mage spell in Elder Scrolls Online that you can use, and then you can see invisible people around you.
Yeah, and I think that kind of thing is really cool. I hope that they do something interesting for a higher level than other people, but then make it if you're the same level or lower than the rogue, that it's really hard to detect like that. With the
It sounds
shimmer.
like Steven doesn't want level to be a factor in
Okay.
the PvP. You know, he wants you if you're a good level 10, he wants you to be able to take out a bad level 15. It sounds like.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Actually, you know what? Since we're talking about different classes and whatnot, how neat would it be if a bard would have like a song or something like that they could keep continuously running that would actually remove invisibility or the stealth from a rogue?
Oh yeah.
But they had to make a choice to actually keep that going versus like another buff to the group. Like that would be, I think, a pretty powerful battlefield strategy to keep one bard around, keeping that going. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, as long as they have like, I mean, Steven's already talked about it to where there's going to be like classes are just going to suck against other classes, you know, because they're counter builds and stuff towards your class. I think the game's going to be crazy like that. So as long as you can counter rogues and you can counter tanks and you can counter like, you know, the battle healers or whatever that can just heal themselves and tank and just beat your face in, like
Bring a
fraud
friend.
shamans,
Bring a couple.
right? Or paladins in WoW in Warsong Gulch. Oh my gosh, I hate those
OG
guys.
WoW,
So
vanilla
good.
WoW.
Freaking paladins,
That was the
ret
worst.
paladins. Are there any ret
Yeah.
paladins out there? Because I hate you all. Just kidding.
No, I tried Holy and see, I didn't play my Pally too often. What was the other one? With the shield?
Rest? No.
Prat.
Yeah, that's right. Protection. One of the most basic names, like, you know, Ash's tank.
Tank.
What class are you? Tank.
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 Not which tank, just tank.
Just
That's
tank.
that's the name of the tank is tank.
Yeah, when I was looking at the classes, like it goes Guardian, or Tank, he goes a Guardian, and it's like Guardian should have been the name of the class.
Yeah, see, I love the creativity in every name of every class and every archetype except for tank.
Tank.
I mean, they had to come up with 64 names.
But Guardian literally means tank, but it
Yeah,
sounds
that's true. I think Guardian sounds sweet. You know what they're doing too.
Protector or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Meat shield would have been.
Meat
I
shield.
like that one better.
Start
Just
a
meat
petition
shield.
to officially change it to Meat Shield.
I dig it.
Oi, oi.
Sorry, I'm updating the link
A
to our
tank named
Discord.
Wall.
Tank named Wall. I like it. So, this question is always fun. Outside of the node system, which obviously needs to be pretty amazing and is drawing a lot of amazing, or not amazing, but a lot of attention as far as being a favorited and most paid attention to part. What is your second, I suppose, most favorite thing you're looking forward to exploring, experiencing, playing with in Ashes?
Jeez. Do you know, Josh?
Oh yeah, just I like the traveling system in the game, the way they have it right now, as in only a few people get flying mounts, which I dig. There was some complaints I saw online about it, but I don't care about the flying mounts or like being able to fly a dragon. I mean, the stuff dies, and they're only going to carry that stuff for so long, and then it's, you know, over. But I really dig like going old school, where like you can only take ships or what are the airships called? Where you can only take like an airship, a Zeppelin.
Yeah, the Zeppelins.
Yeah. Like to like other scientific nodes that are T5 or T6 or whatever. It's T6. I think it's T6, right? Like a T6
Yeah.
node.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah, you got to go up to the tier 6, the Metropolis, and then you
Yes.
unlock that superpower.
Yeah, I dig that a lot. And then I dig that you can only like fly, like there's certain flight paths, but you can only do that within the node zone of influence, basically. I dig that because I want there to be expanse in the game. I want to be able to walk around and be like, oh, that's going to take me like forever to get to this area, to go to this area. Because I remember in WoW, like on their Zeppelins, like there's a lot of PvP that took place at those places and like at flight paths and stuff like that, because there was only certain ways to travel. And so that people would like go there and literally just like hold off people from getting on the Zeppelin to going down to Stranglethorn, you know, to
Oh,
be able
yeah.
to do
Yeah.
like the fishing contest or do the arena down there. Like I really dig that a lot. So I'm glad that they're going to continue that in this type of game in Ashes, because it puts more community interaction within the game instead of like just queuing in World of Warcraft is now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and honestly, like I really like that too, because for one, there are parts of WoW that I had never experienced on the ground because of just the class I chose or the race I chose. It never took me through there, but then I needed to fly overhead. And then one time there'd be like random quest I had to fulfill for like a side quest or something that took me to that area. And I decided just because I was bored, I'd take a ground mount. And I was looking around going, this place is pretty it's pretty beautiful. I really like this. This is a really neat area. And I'd never experienced it before my entire time there because I just flew over it every single time. But so yeah, it's gonna definitely add to the feeling of the size of the world, as well as being able to really experience everything that the developers worked so hard to put into the game.
Oh yeah, I really dig that. I think that's probably like the second best thing other than the game itself, you know, and rogues.
And rogues.
Gosh. I think I'm looking forward to the caravan system. I think that's been done in other MMOs, but I never played any of those MMOs, so I'm pretty excited
for the caravan system.
I just think it sounds cool to like, okay, we got to protect our caravan guys because we got to get resources from this city to this city because we got to reinforce this city. Let's protect it, and then you never know what's going to happen because it sounds like multiple caravans will be happening at a time, so you might not get attacked, but you might get attacked, or you might want to go take someone else's caravan to steal their gold, their resources. I like the idea of working together with all the people on the server, and the caravan system I think is one of those things that's going to make everybody in the node work together. I like that.
What about
concept.
the castle siege?
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that. I didn't know if that was kind of included in the node system because I don't know. That's kind of part of the node system.
Kind of. I think.
Castle siege stuff. It's not really necessarily within the node system
because it is kind of a separate system, right? There'll be 5 castles, and then there'll be 5
metropolises.
Yeah.
The 5 castles don't move or anything, and they have like a set area of influence that I guess that they can tax and all that. So
I'm just excited. My favorite time of playing WoW. I don't know if you guys ever did if you were playing WoW during was it Encourage, when the whole server had to collect. Everybody on the server was working together to collect resources to open the gates of Encourage.
Oh,
that was my favorite time because it wasn't just like my guild's doing it. You know, your guild will do it someday, and you'll probably never do it because you're not in a guild big enough. No, the whole server had to play, so you could be a level 10 and you were helping open the gates. Nice. I just really like the idea of everybody in the server, even though we're in different guilds, we're probably going to have to work together with other guilds to get things done. It's gonna create a big community of people that, even if you're in different guilds, you want to help each other.
I used to have Evan level up my druid while I played Halo at his house.
or slept on my couch.
Yep, sleep on his couch. He'd level up my druid for me. I go, just level him up, man, please.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's friendship right there. That's friendship.
Oh yeah, we level my druid, man.
Did you steal all the leather out of your bank?
Yes.
Okay.
It was called payment.
You weren't gonna pay me in real money, so I had to take payment some other way.
That's right. And you were just asleep, so it was there for the taking.
So obviously it was okay.
What's your guys' favorite part?
Oh man.
Oh lordy. Mine honestly is going to be, because I'm speaking in past tense as if the game has already existed and been gone, but is going to be the sieges. I know that's technically part of the node system, but I'm speaking about it purely from the attacking a target city point of view, not really like the node destruction point of view. Being able to have, apparently there have been a lot of games that have done that, but I have not played any of them where you could attack an enemy city of players. So I'm really, really interested in doing that because it's organized PvP. There's a purpose behind it.
Yeah, it's going to be massive too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty big. It's going to be pretty intense, and there's ways to sneak in the city or just totally destroy the walls or whatever. There's interesting ways to win. There's interesting ways to defend. You can participate in the siege without doing PvP by just supplying certain areas with help, apparently. Like if you're defending, you can run around and I guess gather bandages or something. They haven't really clarified that, but they've said non-actual combat roles in order to that can support the siege efforts.
That's cool.
So
That's exciting,
just that system outside of the node part of it, to me, is actually pretty intense. Like it sounds like it's going to be amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I personally am excited to see the way that their crafting system is gonna be. I'm not really one for PvP, so I'll probably be one of those people running around repairing walls, as Theater said. Or as a cleric might be in the back, like healing people up real quick. Okay, go run back out there. You've patched up.
Get out of here, you little scamp.
For me, I prefer crafting and PvE stuff, like going and farming things, like the for tailoring, for example, farming the cloth for it and stuff like that. I like that kind of thing. So I'm interested in seeing how they're going to do that whole system, because they said you could either be a jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing, or a super specialized person. So
Didn't they, with that crafting, didn't they mention that they might implement a deal to where there's like only a certain amount of master crafters in the game?
I did not hear a limit on a certain amount of master crafters. I think they're leaving that up to... Huh?
I think they're entertaining that idea of
I think
only
it
a
was on the
certain
wiki.
number. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
they
completely
might.
missed that then, if that was the case.
Yeah, that'd be pretty intense if they limit the number of master crafters. I can see it being a soft cap based on very, very strict requirements on how many points you need to get to a like grandmaster. Like you've gotten the best of the best setup. Like you can't dally at all going to the sides of your profession. You have to go directly straight for the top, and that's it. And so some people might like to have a little bit of polish on a couple different aspects of, say, blacksmithing. They might not want to be like the best swordsmith, but they want to be pretty damn good in both sword and armor.
Yeah.
And so there'd be a soft cap because most people are going to want to, spread out their professions because you can only do, one to grandmaster, right?
Right.
So why not do two of them to almost grandmaster, and you'll probably make more money in the long run.
Right. See, I don't know if I don't want them to implement that type of idea to where there's only like a few master crafters out there, just because I think large guilds will be able to push their people up a lot faster than smaller guilds and stuff like that would be able to.
Or
The
just
only
solo
thing
players in
I'm
general.
seeing here is that you can only master one of the 3 parent artisan classes. That's the
Did
only
you do
thing
it
I'm
in-
seeing.
I wonder if Steven said it in a video.
That's the wiki link I just gave you, guys. I put it in the chat. Is actually one of the few wikis I actually use because they do cite everything. So if you said it in a video, it definitely would have been cited, and I'm trying to look for it here.
It's potential that maybe Ash's post would have summarized it, and maybe it didn't make it over to the wiki in full context. Maybe I don't know.
Possibly, yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of there with T-Elf. Like I didn't hear that myself, but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna doubt. I mean, it's possible. It may have been said like, "Hey, we're thinking about it." It's possible.
Yeah, no, I'm not doubting. I just want to see it for myself because I mean that's news to me, and I like to be, informed.
But yeah, like you were saying though, I hope they don't implement that because it's for the exact same reason. Like a giant guild is gonna stockpile resources and feed everything to the person they need to be their grandmaster swordsmith.
Yeah, I think from what my understanding is, they're going to leave that up to us. There might be a limit to the number of people that would want to do mastery, because there's some things that only the people that can do mastery in it are capable of doing, but they need people who aren't necessarily mastering in it to supply them with other things, if that makes any sense. There's like the processor and stuff like that.
And it's also possible that to be able to repair an item, you might only need to go halfway up a tree or something. So if you could go into blacksmithing, and if there's like three different branches of blacksmithing that you could grandmaster, if you only go like a quarter of the way up all 3, you could repair any gear out in the field or whatever. When you're out like raiding or dungeoning or exploring, maybe you can repair everything. So you don't want to be grandmaster, you just want to repair everything. And that's all. That's all I can think of.
Miranda said something new that they learned was Steven in Discord said that the hood on a costume can be toggled on and off.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that you can do that because, I mean, I'm just saying, if you're going to spend so much time on getting a fly haircut, you want people to see
haircut.
that dope fade.
And vice versa. If you don't really like the way your hair looks, put a hood on. Probably looks cooler than your hair. Or if you just want to be that mysterious and like live your best assassin mysterious life, just like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, nobody sees my eyes. Nobody.
By the way, does the hood on this new cosmetic outfit accessory thing really is giving me Assassin's Creed vibes, and I'm seeing like a fire rogue
See it?
of somehow, like a mage fire rogue.
So is that only going to be a skin available if you're playing a human mage?
I don't think so. I think if you purchase the skin, you can use it for anything.
Okay, I was wondering about the skins because I'm like, I like some of the skin. Like I like this skin a lot, but
Yeah.
I don't want to play human, so I didn't know.
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Found it? Yeah.
Yep. Yep. It says based on testing, it may be decided to limit profession mastery certificates to a cap value.
Oh, okay. The mastery certificates. Got it.
And that was done by Steven on the forums.
Okay.
Let's see if I can actually get the forum pulled up.
On the next Q&A, you need to ask so we can renege on that.
Theater's like, no.
Yeah, right here. And on the forum, he says, as I said on Discord, we'll be testing this heavily during alpha and betas, and it may occur that the profession masteries become limited as well.
Uh-oh.
I'll post it in this chat right here.
Let me...
On
wait,
Zoom.
hold on. Oh, on Zoom. Okay, cool. I was like, wait. I can probably permit you real quick to post on. Yeah, I can post Josho Fett, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. Post the link.
Oh yeah, and it's
Just to make sure you don't
You
get
have
like
the
randomly.
power.
No.
Oh, I'm gonna abuse it.
You
You
got
guys
30
ready?
seconds. Go.
You guys ready?
Oh,
It's about in the middle of the page where he mentions it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I thought I remember
now-
you reading that on the wiki when you were live streaming the wiki.
Yep, it was on the wiki. That's where I just pulled it from. I was like just scanning through here. I was like, I know I read it. Found it. Everybody look. Everybody raise HE double hockey sticks because we don't want this.
Yeah. I see it right here. Based on testing, it may be decided. Yep. Under artisan mastery, about halfway down the page.
I do not want
This is
that.
from the wiki.
No, that'd be a bad idea. But my question is, if I'm a master and I quit playing the game, how long until my master status gets taken away so it can be given to someone else? Like that's
Exactly.
Can it be given away to somebody
Yeah.
else?
Exactly. Like once you have that certificate, can you still hold it, or is like after another expansion, or
I can imagine some jerk buying that certificate and then quitting.
Yeah,
imagine like
Congratulations.
a rich
Now you can't
person.
be-
a rich person.
Yeah, a rich person in game that buys like 500 of them, or like just a guild, like all the larger guilds pushing
Yeah.
up their crafters first. That's where I have a problem with it.
Yeah, that's where I think it's going to happen. You're going to have guilds that everybody funnel your resources to this person and this person and this person.
Yeah.
Get a master.
They're going to be our, guild crafters or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you got to go to them all the time.
Yeah, I hope they don't implement this idea at all.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the mounts, but you can't make everything exclusive based on...
No. Also, we talked about this. If I'm going to put the time into crafting, I deserve to get the master.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't think it should be limited at all. And I mean, honestly, that could be something that I could put on the Reddit since we chatted about it here.
Yeah!
So we'll see.
Get
We'll
out
see
there.
what Reddit thinks.
Steven, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Everything else is perfect. This one thing.
Just this one thing. Also,
one thing.
let my rogue do 100% crit 100% of the time.
Oh my goodness.
100% crit.
Just mine, not all other rogues. Just
Oh
mine.
goodness.
You got to have that GM status.
Oh yeah. Oh, even better. I'll drop dragons everywhere. Just drag and drop dragon. Remember they used to do that in WoW? They would drop like crazy stuff in the game back in vanilla.
Oh
I've heard
jeez.
of that. I never played while it happened, but I've heard of it. Yeah.
Getting in arguments with GMs, and then all of a sudden you can't connect to the server for like a day.
Oh man, oh man.
Crossroads.
Sorry, I was reading through trying to tear apart his statement there on that, and man, I don't know.
Oof.
I don't know.
That's pretty deep, right? Like when you read it, it's just like, really? I do not want that. If I only enjoy crafting, but then like a guild is able to push up their people before me, for example, I think that would suck. I mean, I plan on being in a guild, of course, but I don't think crafters are like.
Because here's this also. Like, let me see if I can post this in the chat here.
30 seconds. Just kidding.
Yeah, Diggs mentions this quote from Steven as well. And if you read through that, it's possible that what he may be saying is, instead of this where it says, gathering is a parent artisan path, along with processing and crafting. Within each of the three paths lies different professions. You may only ever master one parent path, but you may spend time mastering each profession within the parent artisan path.
Right.
Now, if you take that and then you go to his next quote, where he actually types this in himself, he says, to clarify, you may only master a profession if you have achieved the artisan path mastery. So he's saying you can only master a profession if you've achieved the mastery in the artisan path. Now, as I said in Discord, we will be testing this heavily during alphas and betas, and it may occur that the profession masteries become limited as well.
Okay, so like I
So,
could be a
instead of being
master
able to-
tailor, but not a master processor.
Yeah, so what he could be saying is if the artisan path of like tailoring or whatever has say clothing and bags and I don't know, hats, I guess, just because I have no idea what else tailoring would be good for. So like or guild stuff, I guess, I don't know. So guild stuff, robes and bags. Now, as his first quote that Diggs mentioned in there insinuates is if you master your tailoring, you would be able to spend time mastering each profession, so all three of those professions. When he piped in and said, as I said on Discord, we'll be testing this heavily during alphas and betas, it may occur that the profession masters may become limited as well, which could mean that you can only master one of those profession masteries instead of all three.
Oh, yeah, I dig that.
So
That
only
I'd
gonna
be perfectly
one
okay
hat
with.
Master.
Yeah.
So there's only going to be 10 hat masters. 10. Is that what you're talking about?
So basically,
Like
we need more clarification on what he means by that.
Yeah. Because that's been honestly something that's been clarified a bunch of times, but it's apparently still not perfectly clarified.
Yeah.
Right.
'Cause there's been a lot of talk on it, but I mean, this was just, well, that was in 2019 though, so.
There was two
there's been-
references. The second reference came in Discord. If I can get it to pull up.
Because I believe the clarification since then has been that you'll be able to master one profession. And that was it.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, you'd only be able to specialize and master in one profession, or you could go part the way up a couple of them. But you could only reach mastery of one.
See, I just
Yeah, I
because
agree
he
with
says
Cash.
just because he says like a capped value, you know what I mean? That makes me think that he's not talking about you can only do one like gathering profession up only one mastery. Like when I mentioned like a cap value, that means like 1,000 people on the server. If you were to say something like different than that, then I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, cap value is it's just weird to use that terminology when talking about like, because he could just be like, all right, you can only master maybe one or two. We might cap it at one or two gathering professions or whatever. But he's like a cap value. That tells me that there might be like 1,000 people on the server just because of the way he states it is all.
Yeah.
So Steven,
It is a little unclear.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows?
who knows?
But we shall see. But yeah, as far as my current understanding on everything is going to be that it's one profession can be mastered.
You mean
Wow.
out of the three
character.
parent artisans? Is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
be it processing or gathering or crafting. You can choose one of those, and then of that one, you can also choose like one profession within it to master.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
as far
that idea.
as Fernandez just put, it is possible to master multiple professions, but not all within the mastered artisan class in the Ashes wiki. Also, Theater said maybe it like you have the 300 points to put in the 3 crafting areas, so you would be capped in how many points you can allocate.
Oh yeah, you might be talking about that too. That's a good point.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because he was definitely talking about like skill points and whatnot of characters being capped once you hit max level, but there being something else you could do to increase stats beyond that. But it wouldn't be like points that you can add into actual skills.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Hopefully he is talking about that to where like there's a max cap value on your skill points, which I think would already be a thing like in the game, since there's a max level. Oh, that brings up my next question for you guys. Have you guys ever played Diablo 3 or Elder Scrolls Online?
Yes, both.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about like the Paragon system or the champion point system? And if you like it or dislike it, do you think Ashes should have like an extended system past max level?
So when it comes to stuff like that and MMOs, I think it's one of those don't worry about fixing what's not broken, because once you hit like a maximum of your human capabilities or your magical human capabilities or whatever the case may be, like you've reached the pinnacle of everything. Now all you can do is gather other things that will help you be stronger by obtaining these items. You don't personally get stronger, but these other things help you. Like you get, I mean, if we're talking real life, I mean, you could get a chef knife from Walmart, or you could go to an actual like knife store and get a much better one and get it professionally sharpened, and you're going to cook totally different. You're going to have a totally different experience in the kitchen.
I agree.
Yeah.
So it's the same kind of thing. Like you could go out and you could battle to get better armor that's going to protect you more thoroughly, and you can get better weapons that are going to do more damage in one way, shape, or form. Get legendary things that have been blessed by the gods, and of course do even more damage. But I think as a person, as a character, you should definitely reach a cap, and then have very, very few exceptions to get more powerful as an individual character. Like, I guess with the Paragon points and such, sure, like maybe you can get like an extra 1 level worth of power if you go around and you collect all the specific things in the world that you're literally absorbing power from the gods or something to get that powerful.
Oh, that'd be cool. I like that.
Yeah,
Like
I
use like
the
lore
gear idea.
items.
I like the gear idea. You do raids, get better gear, then you get more powerful, so you can do the next level raid.
Yeah, I like personally making my character feel stronger. It's nice, especially as like somebody who plays sometimes solo, to have an NPC that I can groom to being powerful to work with me. And that only is ever when Vertex not available to play with me. But aside from that, I'd rather spend the time and effort in making myself more powerful. Unless there's a good in-game reason to have that champion built up outside of just a random like, here, now you have a buddy. It's just like, why do I have a buddy? How does this buddy compare to the actual lore of the game? Like, where did this come from? Why do I have it?
Right.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree with Woodchip as well.
Champion points can burn in hell.
Get rid of them.
But yeah, I mean, I think it'd be cool to have like special quests that anybody could do if they just put the time into it, but it's not necessarily like go and grind more levels. It's you need to accomplish specific objectives in the world, kind of like how like SOTOR did with the cubes.
Yeah,
like you had to go around and you get like the tiniest bit more powerful, but it's a noticeable powerful if you gather everything, and it's going to increase your whatever by like the tiniest little bit.
Yeah, the
But
holocrons.
it's something. Yeah, but you can go around and you can collect them, and you can at least feel more accomplished because you got those extra points. And it could mean like the tiniest little bit of difference, but if you are somebody who's pushing the bleeding edge of content, that little tiny bit of difference, like that 0.5% increase in something, could be the difference between getting that kill or completely being wiped off the face of the game.
And as Woodchip is saying, he feels like that is like a lazy expansion of power. But I like, as Makanoji pointed out, that the different organizations and ashes, such as the religion or guilds, thieves guild, etc., will be the power that Vertek was referring to, because their augments will continue to boost your power
Right.
for your character. I kind of enjoy that, because that's a new thing, especially a World of Warcraft didn't really have too much of, but it's kind of enjoyable because it's a new level of like, why should I choose to do whatever? Because following this god gives me more, I don't know, dexterity, but following that god gives me more wisdom, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
I
Like
that.
World of Warcraft, they had like the miners would get like +5 health at, 100 mining, and then at 500 mining, you'd have like plus like 150 or 250 HP points or whatnot, or vitality.
Yeah.
They did a good job with that one. Or like gem crafting, like if you're a gem crafter, you could have like better gems in the game than everybody else that you could equip yourself, or like with alchemists as well.
Yeah.
Transmuting stuff.
Sorry,
Yeah, see, I really liked. Oh,
I'm
go for it.
giggling because I played World of Warcraft when I was like 15 with my dad's supervision, and people would be like, "Any miners in here?" I'm like, "Me," and they're like, "No, wrong kind of miner." And I was like, "Oh, my alt account."
My alt account.
That's funny. But yeah, I mean, I like when you get bonuses for doing things like that. But I do believe the direction Steven's trying to go is going to end up being different than that specifically. It's going to have to be a little bit more free form, because he's said that he doesn't want to have certain things be meta, or it may not have been in those words, but he doesn't want someone to choose a specific race or a specific whatever because they want to fit a specific this thing, and then suddenly your meta is just a bunch of this one thing.
Can you get away from that though with an MMO? Because I mean, classes have racial abilities, and the gods will have abilities, and
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in chat, but
Oh, no.
shoot, did I really? I did. This is what happens when I go to Woodchip. I'm sorry. Type your nope again. I'm sorry.
Banned.
Goodness.
I am.
But I click in chat and I hit the wrong button. Woodchip, forgive me.
I will
think it-
demod him right now.
I think it does it for, what is it, 10 minutes?
he's muted for 10 minutes.
600 seconds.
No, I removed the
Jeez.
timeout.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's back.
Nope is bad.
Nope is a bad word. Please don't say that word here.
It's outlawed at least in 17 states. It's a very obscure law. So in my
Cora's not
embarrassment and my shame, I have forgotten what I was saying at that exact moment when I clicked the ban Woodchip button.
Oh, I love racial stats.
Oh
We're
yeah.
talking
Yeah,
about
that's right.
Meta, Meta.
Yeah, that's right. I think there were going to be somebody in chat. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe like the racial stats and all that stuff were going to be not necessarily applicable to battle or something. It was going to be something so it wouldn't encourage somebody to always choose, say, like a Vec if you're going to be a cleric, because it's going to give you more wisdom or what have you. That's going to make you be able to heal better. So suddenly every cleric is going to be Vec. Or like every hunter has got to be an elf because it gives you better tracking abilities or something. If I recall correctly, I think he said something about that. Like there's going to be racial stuff, but it's going to be more flavor and less battle impact.
I dig that. I don't know who'd be.
But like I said, I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that exactly, but that's what I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing Steven say something like that too. But I just always think back to, there's always going to be meta to every game, especially if there's a competitive side to it.
Yeah.
PvP.
Oh, Woodchip's all
PvP.
silent now.
Aw.
Or
I think
Woodchip.
I've damaged him
Offended.
forever. I've broken our Woodchip.
Oh man.
So horrendous says it'll
Woodchip.
apply to the archetype. I mean, I'm cool with that. Like, I want to play an orc, so I want to be able to play any class with an orc.
Renkai, baby, for the win.
Yeah.
Swamp orcs.
Swap orcs.
See me, I'm all about the Vec. I want to know more about them. I want to play those things because I mean super intelligent, insightful, stargazing orc. Who the heck has ever heard of such a thing? It'll be amazing and fantastic.
Shame.
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 Where's that bell?
Yeah, I like the Vec, and I mean, I'm sorry. I guess I call the what do you call it? Elves, like deity
that's why
pushers,
Woodchip wasn't.
I love elves.
Yeah, elves are cool.
So
Elves and orcs are the best.
Okay, there we go. Okay,
yeah.
so yeah, according to the wiki, who has more sources cited than I personally would. Hey, look at that. And look at Woodchip coming out with the exact quote. Man.
That's why he was so quiet. He
This
had
is
to
why we love you. This is why we love you.
find the info.
yeah.
Yeah, Woodchip.
But yeah, so it's gonna impact the abilities, but change it kind of like the ways like the archetypes do, from what I'm gathering there.
Tolnar is the master
was
races of all races.
I was looking. But yeah, it looks like it's going to end up being similar to like a secondary archetype. It's going to affect how a skill works rather than just adding pure power. Like you're not just going to be stronger because you're a whatever. Like it's going to actually change.
So speaking of meta, what about like New World where there's no classes? You have skill proficiencies. Wouldn't that kind of help get rid of a meta?
No. And the
don't
reason
think
I
so?
say that is because Ultima Online back in the day, it was the exact same thing. You had three stats, right? You had three stats. You had strength, intelligence, and dexterity. That was it.
Oh, wow.
And you had like 20 some different skills, and skills being things like magecraft, herbalism, this, that. There was like 20 something different skills. Now, in doing this, you could create a warrior with like 100 strength and like 0 intel or 1 intel and like almost all dexterity, and you could be really fast and go through and smash somebody in the face. But then a mage would have a skill that would totally wipe you out. So they would have a skill that would do damage equal to the difference between your strength and your intel. So there were some balances between everything, right? But then there were certain weapons that would come out. There was one, it was I forget the exact name of the weapon, but everyone called it a bok because it's a sound it would make when it thwops somebody. It was like a wooden sword. It was like bok, like a B-O-K. It would pop somebody in the head and they would fall over dead. With the right build, you'd be a one-hit kill.
Oh, man.
And they could one-hit kill anybody. You just jump out from the back of a building and just thwop, they're dead.
Wow.
And that became the meta for the longest time until there was a whole other update. Like
I see.
Everybody who wanted to be a PK was running around with a bok build.
I hope they nerf metas. That's what I want.
Bok.
You mean like when they do updates, they're like, okay, we're getting rid of this super powerful meta build.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of
So
Yep,
here's-
to where...
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, here's something that somebody opened my eyes up to, like when it came to metas, is I always got really upset when there's like, oh, there's this giant meta, and then they balance correct, and suddenly there's a different meta, and blah blah blah. Yeah, I always got ticked off. Like, can't you get the character balance correct and just leave it that way? But then somebody else brought a good point. Like, what if somebody really just enjoys playing a rogue, and they're underpowered or whatever, and they're just a little bit underpowered. They're never going to see the glory, though, if they keep it perfectly balanced, because rogues have more utility for stuns and things like that. They'll never have the chance to shine with, high DPS or whatever. So they go through and like every quarter, they'll completely mix up the meta by jacking up some people's damage and increasing others. And same with heals. They'll make some healer more powerful that was lagging behind just so they can enjoy their time in the sun.
As long as their PvP director doesn't just buff the tunes that they play, because that's what I would do.
Or looking at it. Oh, that's what you do?
That's what I would do. Or in ESO, like the PvP director or the creator, or not creator, but I don't even know how to say it. He was a stam build user. So like all this stuff would come out for like stam users all the time, and then Magicka users would always be nerfed for like 2 years in a row. And it's just like, dude, like we get it. You play stam characters and you get worked by us Magicka users, but chill, man.
Relax.
Now that dude killed me. I better take away the power of Fireball.
Yeah. See, I always played Magicka Nightblade. They're so fun.
Oh my god, that would be my weapon of choice, wood chip. If I could have like one of those rubber chickens that like squeak and whatnot, or get one of those
gosh.
made out of iron,
There you go.
Oh, man.
so it doesn't rust, and I'll have it forever.
I don't know if you guys ever played Legend of Zelda a whole lot, but if you attack the chicken, like, it's crazy. So, I was imagining Vertex just using, like, the Legend of Zelda chicken to attack people with and, like, make the chicken go off on them.
Throwing steel chickens at people.
I remember kicking a whole bunch of chickens in Fable. What was it, Fable 3? Yeah.
Fable, yeah. Get the
You can
chicken
have
kicker
one on
too.
Holy
EQ
moly.
too. Nice.
There's always chickens to kill in every game.
Yep. Yeah,
Right,
I hate metas in games because I just want to play the game and then I start sucking and people are like, "Well, you're not doing the right build," and I'm like, "Oh, this is the build that's fun." So
Exactly.
And you know, and I think that's what like specifically when somebody brought that to my attention, it kind of made me really think like that is the way to keep metas from becoming a thing, is to forever just keep redoing balance
Yeah.
and overcorrecting all the time. Like overcorrect and change it up so that that meta is now the weakest thing in the world. Don't play that meta.
yeah.
And then you gotta challenge to figure out what the hell the next meta is, or whoever is being made fun of because, oh, you can't play a rogue in a raid, get out of here, we'll call you when we need a door unlocked.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, like every raid has to have at least one if not three rogues.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Only way you're gonna survive the whatever.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. Unlocking doors again that nobody else can unlock.
Oh yeah.
Or unlocking chests like in WoW.
Oh yeah.
You guys want this? I'm a lockpicker. I'll open it for 10 gold. Just tip me. Thank you, horrendous.
So did you guys watch the newest live stream?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you say is your one biggest takeaway from that you enjoyed the most, or thought the most of, or was the most enlightening for you? Like, what was the one thing that stood out the most in that entire thing?
Did you see the turtle mount at the end? I think it was towards the end of the live stream.
Yep.
I think that was my favorite part because it's so cool looking.
What was
I
it?
mean,
It was
The
the
They
ancient
show all
turtle?
the gameplay, which is great, but that's why I'm going to play this game because they're
like the prismatic swirlies on his
yeah, like that's what I like about them. They're making cool looking stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're making
Yeah.
really cool. As long as they don't have like oversized shoulders, I'm okay. Like shoulder armors that are like way bigger than our skulls, like 5 times the size of it. As long as they don't do that, I'm all good.
hoo-ha,
Yeah.
hoo-ha.
I think the mount system is going to be awesome. How you can mate different mounts and then get different looks. I think that's going to be really cool.
Oh yeah.
I remember doing that in Final Fantasy VII with chocobos.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the chocobo.
Yeah, did you guys made him to get that black chocobo in 7?
I got mine pink. I named her Rose Dust.
Oh,
Yeah, I forget what I named mine in 14. I didn't really get all into the farming and raising of chocobos in 7. I got one, I can ride it, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
like the black one could do it all. They could go up mountains. They could go across water. They're super fast. Oh, gotta get the black one.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, is
man.
it the link that
Yeah, it's the same guy that did the few other RPG jokes with the NPC guy with the quest giver stuff that we've seen together.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gosh.
Oh, epic NPC man.
Yeah.
I love Viva La Dirt League.
Yin and Yang. Aw, it's cute.
Yeah, it was cool.
But so
Oh, there is a chicken.
is it good to go ahead and wrap it up a little, Vertec?
I do believe so.
All
Oh,
right.
man, that went
well,
by fast.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Hour and
it's
20 already.
Yep. I actually wanted to announce that one of the other streamers that we have had in here for a little while is doing the 24-hour charity stream, and I'm going to be doing my best. I've already pulled up Golden Feather Twitch on like actual website because I use OBS to chat with you guys and not the Twitch chat. So if you send us private messages and we don't respond, that's why, because I don't get private messages in OBS. But I'm gonna do my best to raid him, Tavernside Gaming, yes, and show him some love because he's going over, I believe, the 2019 the 2019 charity stream. So would like to see from, I guess, one tavern to another, a raid. But before we do, any closing words, Josho Fett and Evan Pischell? Sorry.
Go ahead.
I mean, just go ahead and follow me on my social medias. I'm on Twitter and Twitch under all the names are Evan Pischel, and it's been fun hanging out with you guys, and I'm just looking forward to getting deeper and deeper into Ashes as we get closer and closer to the release.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I just want to say thank you for having me on the show. It's been really fun. Getting to know you guys are pretty cool.
Well, thank
Cool
you.
stuff.
Thank you. We do try.
Definitely would like to come back anytime.
Well, if there's ever
Yeah, for sure.
a topic that either of you or both of you are interested in, you certainly hit us up and say, get me on, I want to talk about that. And we'll be like, deal.
We're talk about the thing.
I read all the wiki. I have so much to talk about.
Oh, we are so excited to keep chatting, and we love chatting
yeah.
anything Ashes. So, yeah.
Other than
All
that,
right.
I'm Josho Fett on all platforms: Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and that's it.
Alrighty. You guys ready?
Oh yeah, rate them.
Great time.
Rate them.
Yeah, when you get that started, it gives us a little countdown here. But while the countdown's going, thank you
Rating?
everybody for spending your time with us. Time is the most valuable commodity, and we're happy that you spend it here.
Did you guys get a
yeah.
countdown?
I don't see it yet.
I think it's only going to be you, maybe. I don't know.
I don't see a countdown.
It should be at the top of chat.
I'm not seeing it.
I don't see it either.
I don't see
Do I
it
have
either.
to do exclamation mark raid? Is that how I do it?
I think it's /raid space and then the person's name.
Okay, I'm just gonna do it manually this way then.
So hard.
Yes!
Oh, there it is.
Okay,
There it is.
so what happened is the last time I did it through Phantom Bot, and Phantom Bot's not properly rating.
Fandom fail. Fandom
one.
fail.
Ready? Raid now!
Let's go!
Woo!